Hello, this video is a basic training exercise for right hand technique. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be alternating the I and M fingers, and we're going to move through the 6 strings in both directions. The arm will have a tendency to float along the side of the guitar. If you have a short sleeve shirt, your arm might stick a little bit, but you could always take a tube sock and cut the end off, slide it up your arm, and use that as a device to keep your arm from sticking, or wear a long sleeve shirt. Now, as you're doing this, you're going to be doing rest strokes. So the rest stroke is a specific stroke. When you pull this finger, it's going to fall through the string and come to rest on the next string lower. So no big deal on that. When you pull this finger, the other finger is going to kick out in preparation for the next stroke, and then you're going to fall with that finger and switch with the other finger, so that you have now a rest stroke in the middle finger. So just falling and switching. I, M, I, M, I, M, I, M. After you feel comfortable with this, you can kind of just start walking with these fingers. String walking, that's what it's all about, string walking. Okay, now, as we move through the strings, we keep this really simple. I'm just going to go I, M, and then I'll explain what's happening. I, M. Right now, without looking, you know what your middle finger's touching. You know it's touching the B string. So you take over with the index finger from the middle, and you now are on the B string. I, M. Reaching out. Let's go ahead and start that again. I am on the high E string. I am. Right away you know what your middle finger is touching. It's touching string 2. So take over with the index. I am. You know what your middle finger's touching. Take over with the index. I am. You know what your middle finger's touching. Take over. I am. Once again, take over. I am. If the arm needs to slide back, you can slide it back lightly and take over on the low E. There is no string to fall into. Sometimes I use my thumb with the index finger to mimic that it's a string, one string lower. So I go I. My middle finger won't touch the thumb, but I go M and kick out. I back to the thumb and middle finger kicking out. Now this finger reaches out to string 5. I am, reach out. I am, reach out. I am, reach out. I am, reach out. I am, and it all starts all over again right here. Take over. Take over. Take over. Take over. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Take over. Take over. Take over. Take over. Take over. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Reach out. Take over. So that's the string walking, and I'm going to do that one more time very slowly. If need be, you can also slow this video down to work on this, and you hear me saying out loud what I'm doing. I'm making sure that I'm intentionally doing rest strokes. I'm making sure that when one finger falls, the other finger kicks out in preparation for the next stroke. I'm making sure that I don't have my thumb or my pinky finger anchored anywhere on the instrument. I'm floating my hand out and back, almost like the arm of a record player, where the needle hits the groove of the record and then the record carries the needle across the record, but my arm is staying in a pretty specific posture, and my body posture is somewhat specific too. So once again, slowly, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am, take over. I, arm is drifting a little, take over. I am, take over, arm is drifting. 2, 3, 4, take over, arm is drifting a little bit. I am, and I am reaching out. I am reaching out, arm is drifting. I am reaching out, arm is moving a little. I am reaching out, little movement in the arm. I am and reaching out. I am. Okay, another thing that you can do on this, using more of a precise planting technique, is play it staccato. And that will allow you to strike a note and chop the note off with a pre-plant of the next finger that's going to strike. And that's a very, very good study to learn. So learning to play legato, like I was just doing, as far as long, smooth flowing and connected, and then staccato, short and broken. Learning to play this exercise both ways is extremely valuable. At a certain point in time, if you use a metronome to basically really follow and be in time at a specific tempo, the usage of the metronome will really come in handy for developing speed and getting more comfortable. Right now, the metronome isn't super important, I don't think. I think getting the physical mechanics underneath your hand, counting out loud, keeping your mind focused, and experiencing what the details are that are going on. Once those details are ingrained, if you want to start working speed, yeah, get that metronome out and start challenging yourself little by little. Once again, staccato. Now, I'm touching on both strings because I was playing staccato. Because I stopped on the middle finger, I'm now going to let my index finger slide gently to string 2, and I'll start this process again. Then I'm going to slide my index finger to string 3 and take over again. Slide my finger to the next string, little adjustment in the arm. If you ever feel like your arm's getting bunched up and it's feeling a little wonky, just make a little adjustment. So that staccato movement makes smaller movements in your fingers and has you prepared for the next pluck way in advance. See? I mean, how quick can you play the note and chop it off without interrupting anything sound-wise or making other additional sounds that you don't desire? And then the final string. Reaching out, reaching out, reaching out, reaching out, reaching out. And definitely, consider if your thumb is tucking under like mine is, that's not really that important right now, but just know that you may not want your thumb tucking under the hand. A thumb under technique is a very, very old technique that goes back to days playing the lute. And there are people who do play with the thumb under. You know, it is a technique that is useful and appropriate. In more modern playing, the thumb was always kind of just hovering out, so it wouldn't interfere with the fingers, but it doesn't interfere with the fingers if it's tucked under ear either. So consider, you know, the position of your thumb, whether you're comfortable or not. Is your hand doing wonky things because you're focused and you're putting a lot of energy and thought into what you're doing? Is the pinky cranking out? Is the thumb doing some weird thing? Is your wrist collapsing? Are you squeezing against the guitar? Are fingers naturally anchoring that are now going to become an anchor that your hand has to learn to play around? When you're using this floating technique, every touch of your finger is an anchor. It's a floating anchor. So consider that and relax and, you know, get into the groove of what that is. So I'll put some information in the description below that, you know, may be helpful for you, some links to some other finger exercises and my contact information. If anybody needs any help with anything, please feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to help them. And if you have any comments or suggestions, I appreciate comments and suggestions. I learn things from anybody that has insight that might help me improve, and I also appreciate when somebody lets me know if something made a difference for them and helped them, and how so, because that's really cool. It helps me also know what I'm helping other people with. So thank you very much, and everybody have a great day. If anything else is needed or any other videos on any particular technique, just let me know and I'll make a video and post it, you know, for everybody, because I love this stuff, man. I'm just going to keep on doing it. Have a great day. Take care.